Welcome everyone. This is a game of Nemesis. So this is my first playthrough of Nemesis. So apologies if I get the rules wrong. But just a quick overview of the game. So you're aboard the Nemesis, a spaceship, and as you can gather from the theme of the game, you encounter aliens. So I'm playing with two characters, the pilot and the soldier. Probably can't see their player boards, but here you go. This is what the pilot looks like. They're all set in the hibernatorium. And basically, the aim of the game is we roam around the ship. We try and do our solo or co-op objectives. Here are my solo and cooperative objectives. I'm going to read them out. And you try and meet your objectives, and usually it's to escape the ship or just stay alive. There's different things that happen as you sort of progress through the rooms. You can see each of these are room tokens. We are a bit sort of disoriented right now as we wake up from hypersleep. So we don't know what's in the ship and what's sort of happening, what's functioning. And we go around the ship trying to figure that out. There's plenty of tokens you can see on the side. Fire, noise, dice rolls, malfunction, doors, and let's not forget the wonderful aliens. I've got some cards on the right hand side. You can't see those, but as I play through, I will try and bring that in focus. So with that in mind, I think let's get started. I'm a big fan of house ruling, and if I miss some rules, I just try and have fun with it. So that's how we'll do it. So the way we start in Nemesis is essentially this. You've got a player phase, you draw up to 5 action cards, move your first player token, you explore, you do a bunch of things, you perform up to 2 actions, then you repeat the steps until all players have passed. I'm playing with a soldier and a pilot. And then you go into event phase where you move your time track. You've got a time track here, and every round the time track moves, and well, if it reaches the end, you're self-destructing, or the ship, or you've run out of time. There's a self-destruct track that gets triggered, and there's things like intruder attack if you faced up with an intruder. There's resolving fire damage, resolving an event card, and intruder bag development. So we've got an intruder bag. Let me try and get that in focus. And at the end of every round, basically, we try and pull out what intruders we're facing. So I'm going to get started. So the first thing you do is draw 5 cards. So I'm starting with my pilot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you draw 5 cards, and basically you can take a number of actions. You can move, shoot, attack, pick up heavy objects, trade, craft item. I can pick up, there's a corpse in the hibernatorium, so we don't know how that's happened. It looks too heavy for me to pick up, so I'm just going to move, and these are the different directions in which you can move. So because I've got 2 characters, this is a pilot and this is a soldier. I can see we've got coordinates there, so I'm going to send the pilot to look at that stuff, but the soldier can maybe check out whether the engines are functioning, things like that. So I'm going to start with the pilot. So you can discard 1 card. I'm going to discard 1 card, so I've got 4 with the pilot. This is the card I've discarded. And basically, I am going to move the pilot. So where do we go? Let's go here. So the pilot comes here. The first thing we do is we turn this token around. And that's not great. So that tells us there's 2 items in the room, but the room's malfunctioned, so we can't really use that. So we set the counter to 2. There's usually, yeah, so that arrow there. But unfortunately it's malfunctioned. What room is this? The engine control room. Check the status of the engines. Unfortunately, unless we resolve the malfunction, we can't do that. So that's not good. Um, as we enter a room, we roll for noise. So this isn't great. I don't like this noise mechanic. It's good fun. But that's not good. That is not good because I think that means danger and we've strayed away to the alien. It's not fun at all. Oh no, actually, that's silence. Nothing happened. No noise marker. That's great. Well done, soldier. So no noise for the soldier. And we move further. So let's go. So you can take a second action. I think you can explore another room. Or let's see if his cards allow him to do anything. Search. Repair. Ooh, he's got a repair card here. That's great. Well done, pilot. So the pilot's going to repair, spend this card, and he's going to repair this room. So the malfunction token is out. That's the pilot's second action. And what do we do after that? We basically move the first player token. Oh, that's after each turn. So I think we're ready to go with a soldier. I love the soldier's miniature. Look at that. That's cool. Looks all primed for battle. So I think the soldier is going to go straight for the engine room and see what's happening in the ship. So let's do the usual. Let's first turn it around. Oh, that is not good. Nothing on the Nemesis is good, basically. It's all a recipe for disaster. So you've got two items, which I've sort of put into two. And it's on fire. So when you're on fire, you place a fire token. What happens when you're on fire? I'm going to just quickly check the rules. Fire, 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 fire. Fire. Every time a character ends their turn in a room with fire, he suffers one light wound. Okay, so we probably don't want to end our turn here. We've discarded, well, I didn't choose the 5 cards and discard one. So let's choose 5. Interruption, demolition, full auto, nerves of steel. So this is the card we discarded to move. Interruption. Doesn't really make a difference, I think. I could take a wound or just move. I think, well, I've not done my noise roll. Let's do noise roll first. This is not a great start to the game, is it? So noise roll. And that, I think, basically means you draw an intruder. Let's check it out. Noise roll. Danger. If there is an intruder in the neighboring room, move it to the room. No intruders, lucky. If there's an intruder moving as a result of danger rule, do not close doors. That's fine. There's no doors here. If there are no intruders, place a noise marker in each corridor connected to this room that does not already have a noise marker, counting any technical corridor. So that's not good. We've got a noise marker here. So we're making a lot of noise. We've set the ship on fire. And basically the soldier just is not having a good day. So if he ends the turn here, the monitoring room probably allows us to do some computer stuff. But I think I'm scared. The soldier's really scared. The soldier's going to move. He's going to go straight here and check this room. But before he does that, he's going to discard one card to move. And that card's going to be this one, demolition. Destroy one closed door. We don't have any doors yet. Or place a malfunction marker. We don't have need to do that. So we've done that. And let's turn it over. So there's a door. So I think that is good news. So I got the Nemesis terrain back. Look at these doors. It's got a bit of alien damage, which is really nice. I think so. You basically place the door from where you came. So that's the door. You ended on the room. You've got one item and door. So one item. Oh, look at that. That's lucky. So comms room, send a signal. I think it's time to check out our objectives. So what's the soldier's objective? Let's see that. At least 2 intruder weaknesses must be discovered. Involved parties are not allowed to break contact until enough operable knowledge is gathered. It's not easy. It's not easy. So if he was a scientist, I guess that might have been easier. It's got a corporate objective. Player 2's character cannot survive. Your character is the only survivor. So you have to kill the other character or make sure it's dead. I think we're going to go solo co-op means I'm not sure whether you still do corporate objectives, but I'm going to do just the solo co-op bit, I think, which is we've got to discover weaknesses. At least 2. Right. So comms room. What does the comms room allow us to do? Let's just check that. We are in the comms room. I have finished my second action, but it's worth checking. Send a signal. Place a status marker on the signal space. Okay. Let's check the pilot's objective just to make sure. Finish the game in an escape pod or hibernation with an intruder egg object. Okay. Both objectives look really difficult to me. So anyway, the soldier's finished his turn. And that's the end of phase 1. So what do we do at the end of the phase? Here's the reminder. We move the time track. That's gone to 14. We don't have self-destruct track. We don't have any intruder attacks yet. Fire damage. So fire damage, I don't think we take any fire damage because we moved out of the room, didn't we? No, so I don't think we do anything. And then we resolve an event card and further develop the intruder bag. So event card. What event do we have? Each intruder on the board heals 2 injuries. Well, luckily we don't have any. So at least round 1 we survive. And the last thing we do is intruder bag development. I think we've got enough intruders in the bag. I don't want to develop it further. Oh, so you basically draw 1 token from the bag and resolve its effect. Oh, that's not good. Intruder bag development. That's not good. Objects, items, quest item, room, sheet. Intruder bag development. They will be used. Place the intruder token. So I think you just draw a token. I'm not clear what you do when you draw the tokens. I'm just checking that. Objective check, intruder movement, action cards, event phase, draw 1 intruder from the draw. Okay, yeah, so there it is, got it. So did I draw 1? No, I didn't, I think. Okay, so I'm going to draw 1, and I've drawn a larva. remove this token from the bag and add one adult intruder token into the bag. Why? I don't like that. So basically we discard and it's becoming harder. We get a queen token instead of a larva going into our bag. Here, put that into the bag and we move to round 2. So round 2, so I think what the soldier is going to do is I think you have to when you sort the objectives, you still have to make sure the engines are working. That's what the objective of the game is. So I'm going to check the status of the engines, and that was basically 2. I've got to discard 2 cards as the pilot. Draw the 2 item cards of the same such. So I think I did make a mistake, I think, in the game. So I think I didn't discard all my 5 cards. Actually, the intruder development, etc., could have happened later. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the 3 cards and skip the event phase and all of that for this round. So let me finish the 3. So I'm going to firstly check the engine room. So I'm going to drop 2 cards, check the status of the engines. So engine room, what does it allow you to do? So basic rooms are armory, comms, emergency, room with a computer. Some rooms have a computer, means there's a computer. Computer has no significance except for the rules. If there's a malfunction, then it's unavailable. Lab, nest, surgery, airlock, canteen, command center, engine control. You can check the status of the 3 engines. You can check the status of the engines even if there's a malfunction marker. Oh, I didn't need to clear that. You cannot change the engine status. So you can check the status of the engines. So I'm going to check the status of engine 3 working. Fantastic. So we need 2 of these working, I think. So I don't know how many you can check. I'm guessing you can check 1 at a time. And that's what I'm going to leave it. So I think let's go to soldier. What's the soldier going to do? So soldier doesn't need to check this. Can he just check the other engine? Yeah, so he's going to check this, I think. Can go here, isn't it? And check this damaged. So he knows this is damaged, so he's got to repair it. He's discarded his 2 cards. Well, he discarded 1 card to go there. But he's got a second action. He can do a basic repair the engine, which is fantastic. So that's working now. Damaged goes below. We've got the 2 engines working, and all of that before round 1, which is fantastic. But we've not met any aliens yet. Okay, so the soldier finishes his 2. As usual, I forget some rules, which is to roll for noise markers, and that's okay. I'm enjoying my game. So noise marker. Okay, let's see if the soldier made noise. He did make noise. It's noise in every corridor linked to this. Once you do that, that's trouble, because if you roll noise again and you hit noise in the same corridor, you're encountering an alien. I think even though you're on the same rule, you still know roll for noise. So I didn't do that here. I'm sure I got a million rules wrong, but like I say, I don't care. So 3. Okay, so that's fantastic. So I think move back to the pilot. The pilot can do this search without a 0 cost, reduce the item counter by 1. So that's, and it can search this room. So it goes to 2, and without any cost, he searches or she searches, and it's a green room. So I get an item. Adrenaline. Draw 1 card. You may play all your actions in the single turn, then you must pass. Okay, that's interesting. So you can do all your actions together. It's not a very useful thing, but I'm going to take it. Something is better than nothing. So that's the end of the pilot's cards, and I'm going to go to the soldier's last card. Discard this card during a surprise attack to ignore its effect. So I think that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use it to move, and I'm going to move here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, this is not good. This is a slime marker, and I've got slimed. So the soldier's board, you can't see it, but let me bring it up. I'm going to place a slime marker here, and that's not good stuff, basically. Let's see what the slime marker does, but there's 3 items in the room. And this is storage. So I think you'll get ammo here. I think we are going to need ammo. So 3 in the room goes here, and I've been slimed. So that's the end of the turns. And like I said, I'm terrible at rules. I've made mistakes, but we've done the event phase, etc. Just to give you an idea of what the slime marker does, as long as the character has a slime on their character, each silence in the noise roll, remember I got a silence, which was this X1. If I roll a silence, it actually becomes danger. So a character can get rid of the slime by using the clothes item card or taking a shower. So if I hit the shower room, I can basically get rid of the slime that I got. Okay, so the beginning of the next round, we start again. We take 5 cards and we do what we've been doing so far. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully, I think we will hit some aliens now, which is not very good. Excuse me. So pilot. So pilot's drawn 5 cards again. Here are the 5 cards. We'll go through these as we play through. And 5 for the soldier. So with that in mind, what happens is the first player token moves. Again, I'm not a bit stickler for rules. It doesn't move. But that means the soldier goes first. So the soldier was slimed. I think the soldier is quickly going to move and explore this room, and then we're trying to go upwards, I think. Did we fix the second engine? Yeah, we did, didn't we? So command center with a malfunction token. So we've got command center with 3 items. But what's the point of the 3 items if it's not working and it's malfunctioned? So let's look at our objectives again. Just remind ourselves. Our objective is the pilot has to finish the game in an escape pod or hibernation, or at least 2 intruder weaknesses must be discovered if it's a corporate objective. The soldier, at least 2 intruder weaknesses. Player 2's character cannot survive. So I don't know whether I'm playing. I said I'd play one of the objectives, but I think I'm going to do what it says in the book, which is the first time an alien shows up, then you choose one of these objectives to keep. So anyway, we've reached what is the command center, and the command center, you can choose one room and open, close any doors in corridors connected. So that's a pretty useless feature. So I think I don't have many doors. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for ammo in the room. So, sorry, soldier, where do you keep running? So the soldier had discarded one card, has to discard one card. And since I'm not contaminated yet, this was the first card I discarded. And I'm going to use this card to reduce counter by one, draw two items of the same color, and pick one and discard the other. So we are in a red room. So I'm going to draw two red cards. Not a good thing if you're a footballer. Okay, so add to energy weapon extended. Add 2 ammo to one of your energy weapons. So I've got one assault rifle with 5 ammo. And the capacity for this one goes up. That's really good. Check one unexplored room tile and look at its exploration token. I think I'm going to keep the ammo. So I'm going to discard this red item. It goes to the bottom. You can't see that, but it's gone. So I'm going to keep the additional ammo. I think always good to have some ammo. So I've got 2 really good ammo cards now, and with 7 ammo. So I'm sure to hit some aliens. This is what it looks like. I've got an assault rifle with 5. And every time I deal 1 injury, I get 1 additional injury. And then I've got 2 additional ammo now. So that's good. So that soldier's taken his 2 actions, and that brings us to the pilot. The pilot's going to try and make sure. So we've got to get to some intruder weakness card somehow. And we're trying to get to this room. Let's just go this way, I think. See what happens. So the first thing is, did we roll for noise? No, we didn't. We're really bad with that stuff. 4. So 4 means there's a noise marker here. Let's first roll for noise as the pilot goes somewhere. 1 means here. So noise here. And it's a malfunctioning room. It's a canteen. There's 2 items in it. Nothing really works on the Nemesis, as you can see. It's not very good on the Nemesis right now. So that's the first action. Which card did we discard? Let's make sure we do our stuff properly. So I think I had a number of different cards. I'm going to discard this one because it's knowledge of the ship one. I think it's fine because I'm exploring anyway. So I've got first action done by the pilot. If I'm in a room with the computer, I can check the coordinates. I can search. I can close a door or place a map. I'm going to move, I think. So I'm going to discard one of my search cards because I have 2 here. Pilot's discarded the search card. And let's remember to do things correctly. As per the rules. Surgery. Ooh, this would have been good. I think we can get some intruder stuff, isn't it? But it's not working. Nothing works on the Nemesis, like I said. It's got 1 item. So let's turn it here. And let's roll for noise. Let's do things correctly. Did I discard 1 card? Yes, I did. I discarded the search card. Danger. Danger means noise markers everywhere, in every connected corridor. So that's my second pilot action. Now what's the soldier going to do? Soldier is, I think, going to move again. He's going to move here. To move there, he's got to discard a card. He's got 3 cards. Search. Interruption. Interruption is discard this card to cancel any action performed by another player, or cancel an interruption action. I don't care about this card, so I'm going to discard it. So the soldier discards the interruption card. Let's do the usual. Let's start with noise. We love our noise. Be kind, be kind. Yeah, so 3. 3 is not bad at all. Although that's where we are going, hopefully. So maybe it's not that good. So 3. So what's happened with 3? Evacuation system. And I think we've got a really, really bad token. So evacuation system. We've got 3 items in it. So let's move that first. And this probably means we're meeting our first intruder, which is not great. Let's time for a quick rules reference. So when you go into a room, do not perform a noise roll. If there is a intruder in the neighboring room, it comes to your room. There's no intruders in neighboring rooms. Place a noise marker in each corridor connected to this room. Without a noise marker already placed. Okay, so that's bad news. So I think we meet our first intruder, because what happens is I'm supposed to place it in each room, each connected corridor. But if it already has one, you've made a lot of noise and you've attracted your first intruder. So that's bad news. But it's about time we met an alien. We've been playing for a bit. So let's hope we don't get something. So one of the things about the Nemesis is you could die immediately and the game ends. And that is exactly what's happened to me. This is not good at all. This is the biggest alien of them all. It's the Queen. I hadn't even removed the Queen's mini from the box because I was hoping I wouldn't meet the Queen. But, well, at least I'm meeting some Queen. So let's get the Queen's miniature from the box. Sorry about all the noise. And that's not good at all. This is what we are meeting. As you can see, the Queen's got a little alien kid. Just look at the detail on this. There's some mini aliens. This is fantastic. Awakened Realms does a great job when it comes to minis. Although I've learned how to paint minis so you can do it in a more inexpensive medium. So, look at my soldier. He's turning away. He's scared for his life. And what are we going to do the first time you meet an intruder? Let's resolve the actions. So encounter is an instance of an intruder appearing on the board in a room where the character is present. Discard noise marker, which I've done. Draw one intruder token, which I've done. Place the intruder miniature, which I've done. Compare the number of the intruder token. Ooh, what was the number of the intruder token? 4. That's not good because you have to compare that number with the number of cards in the player's hand, and the soldier has only 2. If it's lower, then a surprise attack occurs. If the number of action cards is higher, nothing happens. Surprise attack. The surprise attack is an attack which only occurs during an encounter. If you have fewer cards, then let's see what happens when the intruder attacks. Choose the character that's being attacked. We know that it's a soldier. If there's more than one character, no, it's not. In case of surprise, the character target is the one triggered. Draw and resolve one intruder attack card. If the card displays the intruder symbol and corresponding attack to the attacking intruder, resolve the effect. If not, the attack misses. Okay, don't like aliens, but I like aliens. Okay, this is not good. So we've got a tail attack. You can see the queen symbol. So the queen's attack does. If the character has one serious wound, fortunately I have none, they die. If not, they suffer one serious wound. Okay, that sucks, really sucks. It's a very hard game to win, as we know. So the poor soldier picks up a serious wound card. The character has only one hand slot for heavy items, objects. If they have two heavy, they must quickly drop one. So I think they take a serious wound card. And I think if I get a second serious wound, you die. It's as simple as that. That's what happens in the Nemesis. So serious wounds, let's just quickly check it. See, when a character suffers a serious wound, draw a serious wound card, which we did. When it's 3 serious wounds, when any additional light wounds, you die. Okay, not too bad. I can still get 2 wounds. Now, we can attack. Or we can run. I think the intruder keeps chasing you around if you run. So combat, choose a weapon, discard an ammo, roll a combat die. So I think we've got only 2 cards, but got plenty of weapons. But I'm not sure if the soldiers finished their turn, went from there to there, so I'm not sure. I was so distracted by what was happening. So in any case, what we're going to do is move the pilot, I think. Pilot's got 3 cards left. If you're in a working cockpit, you can use the room with the computer. You can search. That's malfunctioned. I think the pilot's just going to do the 2 actions to move 2. So I think what happens if you go to the coordinates? So let's check that. If you go to the place which has coordinates, cockpit. So if you go to the cockpit, what happens? Let's go to the cockpit. So cockpit, emergency, storage, nest, rooms of computer, canteen, surgery, command. Cockpit. Check coordinates and set destination. Okay, let's do that. We reached the cockpit 1. So we can change the destination to Earth, B. So it's on B already, which is fine. And the soldier does another move after checking the cockpit. It goes here. Sorry, the pilot. Ooh, this is what we needed, and this is not good. We've reached the intruder's nest. There's a door on corridor 4, which is here, which is good. It gives us some protection, but you've hit the nest, and that's the pilot's second action done. You've hit the nest, and we will see what the nest brings for us, which is nest. I think given one of our objectives, let's remind ourselves, is to discover intruder weaknesses. The nest is where you get the eggs on the intruder board. So let's see what. So if you spend 2 actions on the nest, you take 1 egg token. After that, you perform a noise roll. The egg tokens are the eggs in the nest. When you destroy it, take them to the intruder. Take them from the intruder board. Taking an egg costs 2 actions. Picking up an egg token from the map costs 1 action. So it's not very easy. When there are no more eggs in the nest is destroyed. If there is a fire marker in a room containing uncarried eggs, that's fine. That's about destroying eggs. A grenade destroyed 2 eggs. So I think that's not what we need. We need intruder weaknesses. What happens if we go to, is there like a scientist room? Let's check that. So if you go cockpit, engine, armory, generator, nest, laboratory. So the action may be performed. The action may be if one of the following objects in the room. Discover one intruder weakness card. So we've got to take 1 egg from this and then go to the laboratory. So I think that's what we need to do, right? So unfortunately pilot's done the 2 actions for this round, so we're going back to the soldier. Now the soldier can run or attack. I think the soldier is going to be brave and say, I'm going to kill you. So the soldier is going to attack, and he's going to use this one. Energy weapon, assault rifle, ammo 5. Each time you deal at least 1 injury, deal 1 additional injury. So if I roll 1, I get 2. If I get 2, I roll 3 each time. So ammo 5. So let's attack. So choose a weapon and target, which we've done. Discard an ammo. So we'll discard 1 ammo. Soldier, discard it. Roll a combat die. This is a combat die. It's different from one of the, oh, so that's 2 hits. That's fantastic. If you hit, apply an injury token, then draw an intruder attack card and check the injury. So we've hit twice, plus, like I said, we've got an additional hit. So that's 3 hits on the intruder right here. And let's draw an intruder attack card and check the injury effect. So we've hit 3. The intruder's health was 2. So I think we've got rid of this one, which is fantastic. It's very rare to kill a mother so quickly. Look at that. So let's confirm that, because like I said, I'm terrible at rules. Intruder attack. When an intruder suffers injuries, check the 1 injury, creeper or adult 2. Draw 2 intruder attack cards, add the value of the blood symbols, and compare the total number of injury markers on the intruder. Resolve the result with the same as creeper. So when an intruder, as a result of success, place the corresponding number of injury marks. So I've hit it for 3. It's not an adult. If the blood symbol is lower, yes, I actually had to draw 2, which is not great. So 5. So that's not great. We got it for 3. It goes back on the board. It had a total health of 5. We've hit it for 3. But it still remains alive because we didn't beat the 5. And the character suffers 1 light wound and gets a contamination card. Okay, light wound time for me. So I'm just going to put a wound marker on my card. So I've got 1 light wound, 1 serious wound, and 1 slime. Soldier is not going to last too long, I think. And so that's what's happened with the soldier. And I pick up a contamination card. What's a contamination card? It's this one. gets added to your action card hand. At the end, if you survive, you check whether you're infected. You put this into this thingy, and if you're infected, you still may die. Basically, very hard to live on the Nemesis. So, okay, contamination card I've taken. So that's the soldier's first action. I think what the soldier's going to do is, like, let's just try and kill it. He's going to take another ammo. He's going to discard a second ammo. And he's going to go for another roll. 1 hit, 2. So that means I've got 1 plus 1. 2 hits on the mother. And we draw 2 cards again to see what thing is. 6 plus 5, 11. No chance. Character suffers 1 light wound. Character suffers 1 light wound. So I think my soldier's dead. Mother's still alive, soldier's dead. I haven't discovered anything on the ship. It's looking pretty bad for me, I think. Pilot's the only hope. So let's see what the pilot's 2 objectives are. Maybe the pilot can survive. 2 intruder weaknesses, which finish the game in an escape pod or in hibernation with an egg object. Oh, I can do that, can't I? So I can finish this game in an escape pod. I can pick up an egg or keep running and go to an escape pod. So let's say maybe the pilot can still make it. So that's the objective I'm choosing. So you discard 1 and keep 1. So this is the one I'm discarding. Oh no, sorry. This is the one I'm discarding. The intruder weakness stuff, which looks painful. Or actually does it? Because I can pick up 2 eggs in 2 turns, discard 4 cards, and then I've got to find the laboratory. That's the problem. I don't know where the laboratory is. It's a very tough job. So this is another problem at the Nemesis. What do we do? So I am actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pick up an egg and then go for the escape pod. That's the objective I'm keeping. Discarded the other one. My poor soldier's contamination card is useless because he has died. Okay, pilot. Pilot's still got 1 item, can search. So I think can't do anything. So I think the round ends. Round ends for me. Still, I achieved a lot in 2 rounds. Already died in 2 rounds, I think. It's not great. Let's do our usual stuff. You move the time track. Intruder attack. So intruder attack. Game flow. So there's no intruder attack right now. There's fire damage. No, nothing. So resolve an event card. Let's go to the event card. Damage. Put a malfunction room in each room with an adult intruder, breeder, or queen. Everything's going wrong in the Nemesis. Here we go. These malfunction markers are nice. But what's the point? It's on the soldier's corpse. So that's that. We've resolved an event card. We moved our time track. And intruder back development. So I think we draw something from the back, don't we? And check what happens. Larva. So what happens if we draw a larva? Let's just see that during the... Remove this token and replace it with an adult. Okay. Adults going in the back. It's got more adults, so it's getting harder basically. Pilot. You are our only hope. So let's draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're in a working cockpit, demolition, search, knowledge of the ship. I think now we are going to use this knowledge of the ship card because we've got to We can take the egg in the next turn, but knowledge of the ship, I think we probably want to see stuff that's far away because we're anyway going to go there. Generator. Self-destruct. No, so I think this is good. Knowledge of the ship. So we don't need to discard. We need basically take the egg. So now we're going to discard another 2 cards. So discarded 2 more cards, interruption and whatever they were. And I've taken 1 egg from the intruder board into my board. So I've discarded 2 cards. That's it. There's only me, so now it's the next turn for me. Where do I go? So I'm going to discard this card because I'm not in a computer room. I've got my egg. I just need to do my objective, which is escape pod, because the coordinates are set to Earth. We can escape and we're good to go. So I think this one, what happens if there's a door? Ooh, doors. There are just so many problems on the Nemesis. You get one thing right, you get another thing wrong, you get most things wrong. And usually the outcome is death. Alien or otherwise. Searching, crafting, doors. Noise roll, danger, exploration, rooms and corridors. I think you can move through a door. Doors are placed in corridors. Doors do not affect noise. Doors can have open, closed or destroyed. A closed door prevents characters and intruders moving through the corridor. When one or intruders try to get, the door breaks. To mark the door, simply remove the door token if there are no doors. So this is a closed door prevents characters and intruders moving through the corridor. Grenade throwing is also affected. When one or more intruders try to move through a corridor with a closed door token, the intruders do not move. So I think I may have made a mistake because I could have taken the 2 eggs and gone to the surgery, and maybe that's how I discovered intruder weakness. But I'm not going to go back on what I did. I can't go through the door, which is just terrible because that's where we need to explore. We know this is a useless card, but what can we do? We have 2 cards and we're going to keep moving. So I'm going to first move 1 back here. Make a noise roll. Danger, so there's noise everywhere. And then use my second card, computer skills, again to move here. Windows generator, the no noise roll, initiate self-destruct sequence. I finished my 5 turns or 5 cards. Marker moves, event card, remove from the board all intruders which are not in a room with a character. Put their respective tokens in a bag. Okay, that's good. It's not helpful now that the soldier's gone, but it is good. And we take 1 more queen token and put it in the bag. So that event card's been resolved. Time track, intruder bag development. So we've done event card, self-destruct, fire damage, back development. So we go again. So we pick up our 5 cards for the pilot. It's got an egg. Just needs to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Just needs to somehow get to oh, what happens if I go to the engine control room? Can I go to no, that's to check the status of the engines. Comms room, evacuation section A. Evacuation section A. So I could. Can I go to evacuation section A straight away and escape? Is that what I can do? So evacuation section A, let's look at that. 7 escape pods. Escape pods are there, and evacuation section A. Don't know. Can I straight away evacuate? Place the rollers. Escape pod should be placed with their lock side facing up. How do you enter an escape pod? Let's see. Cabins, airlock, engine control, room, shower room, emergency generator. You may perform this action only if an escape pod is unlocked and has at least 1 empty space. So I can go, I think. So when does the escape pod, I think the escape pod gets unlocked. When does the escape pod get unlocked? Come on, maybe the pilot. Character escape. Character may escape from combat. No, that's from combat. Slime. Intruder. Cockpit, engine, Inventorium. Escape pods. At the beginning of the game, all escape pods are locked. During play, they may unlock them manually, or the pods will automatically when any character dies. Ooh, that's great. We've got a soldier that's died, and the pod is active. The character may enter it through corresponding evacuation section room. As long as there are no intruders and no malfunction token in the marker. After place the miniature of your character on one of the 2 spaces on the escape pod token. Afterwards, decide if you want to launch escape pod or want to wait. If you launch immediately, remove the miniature character from the escape pod token from the game. You will not take part in it any longer. Okay. The only thing is, how do we enter the escape pod? To try to enter, you may perform this action in a section, make a noise roll. So I think you've got to go to an evacuation section. You can't just randomly go into a pod, which is part of my problem. So let's keep moving. So I've discarded 1 card to come here. I am then going back to the engine control room. I'm going to roll for noise. Where's my noise thingy? Danger. Just not good. This is not good. So this may be the end. I think it is the end. So if you've got a noise token already, you draw an intruder. So I'm going to draw an intruder. Hopefully you get a larva or something like that. Let's see. Nope, we've got an adult, which is slightly better than the queen. And the token is 2. So this is an adult. Fantastic. Let's get the adult in the room. and token value is 2. So what does the adult do? So we've got the adult in the room, and I think basically we get a surprise attack. So we draw an intruder attack card to see what happens. Claw attack, 3 value. The character suffers 2 light wounds and get a contamination card. So I'm struggling. So I think 2 light wounds again. I've already got 2 light wounds. I can take another contamination card, and that is not good. That is really not good. But because it's a queen, I could probably kill it. So I'm going to spend one of my shotgun ammo here and do an attack roll, and hopefully larva. What does that mean? Attack roll. I've rolled a larva, which basically I think is not enough to kill it. It kills the larva if you target 1 injury. If not, you miss your character. So I missed, and I get 1 serious wound. Oh no. Let's see what our serious wound looks like. The character has only 1 hand slot, so I can't carry anything else. I didn't need to. If they have 2 heavy items, they must drop 1. So I've got 1 serious wound and 2 light wounds. And I think that is very close to sort of dying. So I think yeah, if I get another light wound, basically it becomes serious wound. And if I get 3 serious wounds, I am dead. So I'm going to try to escape from combat by performing a basic movement to a neighboring room. But before that, you draw an intruder attack. If you survive, you end your movement in the neighboring. If you die, you go. So I think I can try and attack again. I've just got 1 ammo, so it's not really that great. I'm going to try and run. I'm going to but actually it's very difficult for me to get, I don't know where the evacuation is, so it's got to be one of these. So I'm going to run here. Hopefully I can make it. So I'm going to discard one of my cards, which is rest. Oh, but I've got to first come. Oh no, I can come here. That's perfect. So I've run, but I draw an intruder attack card. So 5. I don't have 5 cards. Character suffers 2 light wounds and gets a contamination. So I'm afraid that's what the pilot's board looks like. And 2 more light wounds means, although the pilot had the nest egg, unfortunately she did not survive the intruder attack. So the Nemesis goes to Earth, breaks down, explodes. Hopefully the aliens didn't make it to Earth, but the pilot and the soldier definitely didn't. Thank you, that was a lot of fun. A lot of mistakes in the rules, so any thoughts or comments, please sort of let me know, but still learning the game. Thank you.